Greetings everyone. In today's video we will be taking a look at the most terrifying and vicious creatures in Kenshi. I'm of course talking about the spiders. In my previous video I talked about the gurglers of the Fish Isle, and if you're interested in that topic you can click the link in the top right corner. Now without further ado, let's begin. The most common type of spiders are the blood spiders. While they are not very big, being roughly half the size of a human, blood spiders are extremely vicious and dangerous animals. Even one blood spider can decimate a group of armed travelers if they lack training or knowledge on how to defeat these creatures. They have a small smooth torso with 6 limbs. The front and the back pairs of limbs act as powerful legs, which let them catch up to their prey at a very high speed. They also have a pair of smaller limbs in the middle of their torso, and they will utilize them to fight or grab their prey. Their entire bodies are crimson red, but they lack any protective layer on them, which makes them extremely fragile. But they compensate for it with extremely fast and long-range attacks that can overwhelm almost any enemy and not give them any chance to land a counterattack. Even though the blood spiders are dangerous and vicious creatures on their own, they mostly hunt in large swarms. If you are knocked out or incapacitated by one of these creatures, they will immediately start sucking your blood and other vital fluids for nourishment. The blood spiders mostly live in the swamps, where the humid environment is much more forgiving for them, since their skin layer is extremely fragile and thin. But they can also be seen roaming outside the swamps in small numbers, which means that you're never truly safe from their hunger. The skin spiders are very different compared to the blood spiders. Even though they share the same name and closely resemble each other in their body structure, the skin spiders are much larger and stronger than the regular blood spiders. Unlike their smaller brethren, the skin spiders have a layer of thick pale skin covering their bodies. It allows them to survive and even thrive in more dry and harsh conditions such as bone fields and spider plains. Even though they're bigger and attack harder, their attacks are slower and more sluggish. But they are also deceptively fast when it comes to chasing their prey, so don't be fooled by their size. Much like blood spiders, they will suck out your bodily fluids and presumably your internal organs as well. The skin and blood spiders could be two different species, but it is also likely that blood spiders are simply newborn and young specimens, which in time grow in size and develop harder skin, which allows them to venture out of the swamps in search of prey. This is very reminiscent of mosquitoes here on Earth. The mosquitoes lay their eggs in wet environments, and when they're old and tough enough to fly, they will leave the safety of their birthplace to venture out to find new sources of food. One of the only humid environments in Kenshi is the swamp, which makes it the perfect place for spiders to multiply in. But there is one type of a spider that does not really fit in. The elder blood spiders physically resemble regular blood spiders, but are much bigger and stronger, akin to the skin spiders. They might be a form that a blood spider takes before transforming into a skin spider, but the only problem with that theory is that you can only find elder blood spiders in the Tower of Spiders. They are most likely a mutated variant of the regular blood spiders, since it is unnatural for these animals to be confined to one location. It could also be some sort of an experiment to make the blood spiders into some sort of weapon. But the fact remains that these creatures cannot be found anywhere else except the Tower of the Spiders, and are likely an aberration rather than their own species. In the southwestern part of the continent lies a ruined tower. At first it may seem like another forgotten ruin, but if you look closely you will see that the area around it has an unnatural concentration of blood and skin spiders. As you venture into the tower itself, fighting through the hordes of spiders, you will meet a strange man. He seems to have some sort of control over the creatures and use them to dominate the local area. It is unknown when and how he acquired an ability to control the spiders, but since there is no evidence of any sort of mental powers in Kenshi, it is probably some sort of ancient technology. If you manage to defeat the Bugmaster, you will quickly find out that there is more to him than a madman in possession of lost technology. If you look around the stashes of loot, you will find a map. On this map there is a detailed layout of Ashlands. Ashlands is an inhospitable and deadly land on the opposite side of the continent, which is home to an ancient faction of skeletons. The ruler of this land and the skeletons that reside there is Catlon. He is a skeleton that founded the Second Empire after the civilization collapsed and the world was nearly destroyed. But his empire failed as well, which made him go into exile in the Ashlands. The fact that the Bugmaster has a detailed map of Ashlands brings us to a conclusion that he was planning some sort of an incursion. Since it is known that Catlon was hoarding a lot of technology and trying to reverse engineer it when he created the Second Empire, it is possible that the Bugmaster was one of his experiments that have gone wrong, and now he's looking to exact revenge on his creator. It is also plausible that the Bugmaster was just a thief that somehow managed to sneak into the Ashlands and steal a piece of technology that allows him to control spiders to use for raiding and banditism. This is why he has a detailed map of that place and pile of valuable treasure in his tower. This is it for this video. If you liked it, press the thumbs up button, and if you would like to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Also, if you want to leave some feedback or have any ideas for future episodes, leave a comment down below. All of this will immensely help the channel grow to bring you more content. Thank you for watching and goodbye everyone.